Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the collective frequency upgrade for May. Here we are at a time of powerful transformation, time for you to really start to honor your truth. No more playing small, no more not speaking what is true for you just to try and keep the peace or fulfill a role. Now is the time for you to really truly step into your power and honor that authentic part of you. So welcome. Let's delve into a little bit more detail around that. Here we are. We are in Taurus season. So Taurus is really that time. It's an earth sign. It's a time where we want to kind of ground in a little bit. We perhaps want to cozy into our worlds, especially us here in the Southern Hemisphere as winter is approaching, and we have certainly had a little shift in the weather recently here in Victoria. So, it's a bit cooler. It's a bit, we want to maybe nourish with those toasty warm foods. We want to bunker down a little bit. We just want our home comforts, Yet here we are facing this Scorpio full moon, and really a full moon, it illuminates, it shines the light on what needs to be known. And Scorpio is all about the depths. It's water. It's about the depths and transformation, diving deep into the darkness, the shadow, if you like, those uncomfortable parts of self. But Scorpio is so powerful in that process of rebirth. And especially this kind of a full moon, because ultimately these might be the parts of ourselves that we have been hiding away from, and the Scorpio full moon comes in and shines the light on that deep dark waters that we've tried to avoid, and it's time now. We cannot avoid it any longer. And the themes that are arising at the moment are really about our personal truth. This is what we're having to transform. And remember, while I'm talking to you as an individual, what I have been asking through the tool of kinesiology is, what does the collective need to know in order to upgrade the frequency? And so you are one part of the whole. And while you have your own individual journey, collectively we're all going through some similar themes. And this is the level that we're working on. Now, obviously, I can't speak to you as your individual self, but if you're listening to this, you obviously have a resonance with this and can feel that part of the collective in you. So consider, where are you really starting to witness right now, where you've been, holding a mask, holding back your truth, really not honoring what you feel you would like to say in order to keep the peace, in order to be the reliable one, or, not disrupt the balance or create any kind of conflict. It's that cliche that I've talked about before, that survival mode that we go in, whether it's a big survival reaction or a little one, it's still some kind of way of ensuring our survival, really playing with what we feel is safe and secure rather than actually being true to ourselves. So, as I say, where have you been witnessing lately that you've been holding yourself back? Where can you see? And chances are this has been a process. The last few months, I talk about it every month, they've been big. It's a big time we're in. This whole, few years is really big time that we're in right now. But we're starting to really see what is aligned with our frequency, what is resonant for us, what is in alignment and what is not. And you may notice some themes at this time that you will see very blatantly, where you have this urge to speak your truth. And I guess you have a couple of ways you can do that. You can react, and often that comes from it building and from you not honoring your truth sooner. Or you can allow your body to really guide you in this wisdom, which is what I'm hoping that you do. And imagine what the world would be like if we all did that, if we all truly allowed our body to guide us in our choices, in our speaking, and really honor what is right for us. And so, there is this urge right now to speak it. We're being activated here and we can't avoid it any longer. So there's something you may be persuaded, urge, or feel brewing in you to speak at this time? What is it? Where are you noticing that you've held your truth back and you really want it to come out and be told so that you can feel more empowered in your frequency? So let's see what else we need to know, where we go with this. Okay. So I'm just using the tool of kinesiology, so using my muscles to test the collective frequency. And ultimately, I need to talk about the wood element. And in Chinese medicine, the wood element, I often compare it to a tree. Imagine that you are a tree and your job, aside from many other beautiful things, but your job is to grow. Your job is to grow tall and straight and strong. And you're on a mission just to do that. Now, when things come in and block your mission, could be some trees other trees come and want to use up that space, or it could be that there's a storm. The ultimate expression of wood is that you're going to be in flow. You're going to be able to see beyond what these actions are and actually go, okay, well, it's for the greatest good. I'm going to continue in my flow. But what can happen, and I think that this is the part I'm being told to talk about, is when we sense that our flow is blocked, we can hit on frustration, we can hit on anger, and we can start to be in judgment of those people around us and kind of see what they're doing or not doing that is inhibiting our flow. And ultimately, if you can see the paradox in that, it's like, if we're in flow, we just trust that it's for our highest good and ultimate flow, not as a tree, because, well, they do speak, but not the same language as us, maybe, is that we speak our truth and that supports us being in our flow. So if there's something that doesn't feel right for us, we speak up about it. If we don't want to do something, we speak up about it. But instead, what can happen when this wood element's going on is, oh my God, I've got this and this and this and this and this to do. And some of it you might want to do, some of it you don't. You feel you've taken on too much because you haven't been true to yourself. So frustration and anger can hit. So these are the themes that we're working with right now. Noticing where you have gone against your truth, and that has created anger, frustration, perhaps judgment of others. But in reality, it's your responsibility to honor your truth and to honor what your body's feeling, so that it doesn't get to that build-up point of frustration and then needing to take it out on others. So I'm going to bring your attention to an acupoint on the liver meridian, which is part of the wood element in Chinese medicine. So magic of technology. You'll see here liver number 1, which is the end point, the beginning point of the liver meridian, which is on the inside corner of the big toenail. So the corner of the big toenail, as you can see, that is closest to the other toes. So if you're able, I invite you to just hold that point lightly at the moment, just with your thumbs or with 2 fingers, just holding that point. You may like to give it a little massage, a gentle massage, but just as I speak the rest of these words, I would like you to just bring your awareness. If you can't hold it, just bring your awareness to those points and bring your awareness perhaps just to the energy of the liver. So this point supports this resentment, this anger, this frustration, and particularly around repressed anger. So noticing perhaps this week where this might play out for you, noticing what happens when you don't speak your truth, and if you notice that frustration or that anger arising, and then be really honest with yourself again, because this is a time of truth, is where you have gone against your truth or your needs, and where you have not spoken your truth. So this particular point is known as the wellspring of esteem and sincerity. So it connects you to your essence, where you find great esteem, sincerity, integrity, respect, and honor. And that's all those themes I'm talking about. Honoring yourself, respecting yourself by speaking your truth, not feeling you have to fulfill a role of just being reliable or efficient or whatever, but going against your body's needs and capacity. So all of these qualities are essential to deepen and strengthen the commitment to surrender. This energy point also helps one to be in alignment with inner vision, the inner vision that flows from the creative force. This alignment teaches the use of creative energy and empowers you to potentiate who you really are. From this state of being, you honor yourself and others. And from wisdom, one creates and shares that which benefits humanity while remaining open to receive that which comes back in tenfold return. It is the realization that when one is in alignment with integrity, life in all aspects will have harmonious flow. And then this gives strength, confidence, and courage to reveal your true identity, set goals towards manifestation of vision with full trust that the path will be clearly marked and success ensured. So it talks all about alignment, particularly with your integrity. And I guess, it's also talking about our inner vision. So I guess I invite you this week to really attune to noticing what's arising to be spoken, noticing where that frustration or anger or potential where you haven't spoken your truth, or as a guiding force to speak your truth, and how that supports you to live out your vision, your inner vision. And look, that inner vision, when we come back to Taurus too, is all about values. So, being in this season, if you're not sure what your inner vision is, then, bring it back to your values. It could be a value of connection. It could be a value of, honesty. It could be a value of authenticity. But just notice when you feel the frustration or the anger or a sensation. It doesn't have to be as extreme as that. It could just be a sensation that something doesn't feel right for you. And just notice what it's guiding you towards and where it's guiding you towards speaking your truth. So we're just going to take a little bit of a look at, so I'm just going to read a few notes that I made earlier that was in relation to this. So there's no need to establish our value through deeds and actions. We can just be. So I'm sensing that there's some things around where you're saying yes or no to something when actually it's not a yes or a no for you, where you're doing something you don't want to do in order to people please, that cliche. And we've talked about it in the past, but right now we're hitting that culmination of where you can't hide your truth anymore, nor should you. This is that time for transformation, and it's that time for really starting to find a way to honor your truth, to no longer play out these roles. So just know that you can just be. There is nothing wrong with you, even if you make a mistake. They are all lessons. Be compassionate and see through the lens of spirit. So I'm going to give you and if you're still holding your point, great. If not, that's okay. Just bringing your awareness to all of these things, to bringing your awareness to that acupoint as well, the liver one. I'm going to give you an affirmation to work with this week that will support you in speaking your truth. And I guess first and foremost, we need to be honest with ourselves. And again, this is where our body is our guiding force. So listening to what your body is telling you, listening to the subtle vibration, the subtle frequency shifts that you're getting when you're in certain company or when you're being asked certain things that don't feel right for you. But first and foremost, this is what you need to be honest with yourself about. If you could repeat after me that in your head or out loud, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. This is the truth that you need to know first and foremost right now, so that you feel safe to speak your truth, so that you don't need to just play out these roles or these masks or, out of fear of rejection, fear of disrupting the balance, fear of not belonging, fear of being alone, fear of not having the partner, fear of losing the job, whatever that is. But notice that you are worthy of doing what feels right for you, of honoring what is right for you, and really honor what wisdom your body is telling you when things don't feel right. You'll know, and you'll know where you've not honored that and not listened to that. But it's time now. This is what the collective frequency needs, is for you to honor that, is for you to know that you are worthy of love, regardless of whether you say something that is going to upset someone. Know that it is important for you first and foremost to honor you in a really loving and compassionate way. This is what the world needs right now. This is what we need. And know that when you are honoring yourself in a really loving and compassionate way, is you honoring everybody else, that is the absolute truth. So let me see if there's anything else we need to take a look at within this. Okay. So a question for you: what is the truth you've been deaf to? So what is the truth you've not been listening to around all this? What is this stirring up for you? Your body is a portal, so it's time to truly listen to your body. It's time to honor your body, honor your body's wisdom, honor what it is guiding you towards and what it is guiding you to avoid. So know that you are worthy of love. Know that now is the time to speak your truth. This is how you support your body, your soul, your journey, your vision, as well as the collective. This is how we can upgrade the collective frequency right now. I mean, imagine what the world would be like if we were all living true to our body, all knew that we were worthy of love. I wish you so many full moon blessings at this time, and may you please see the truth that you are worthy of love.